Welcome to our new video in R programming. Now we will start to talk about statistics and related applications in R programming. So we will be using more examples from data sets in these parts. So in R actually we have different types of data sets that are available, and we can use these for many applications. To demonstrate the statistics functions. So basically, if you type data, you will see that there are lots of available data sets. We can use these for our examples. So let's say we want to use, let's say there is one data set for cheek weights. Okay, so we can upload this, you can run it, and then you will see some data that is uploaded here, which contains the weight of the cheeks that are measured in an experiment, and they have different feed information. Okay, and you can also see it here, cheek weights, weight, and feed. This is just an example data set. So we can access the elements of this data set using the name here for our data set, and then we use the index. For example, if I want to access the first 5 rows of this data, I can do that and I can run it. I will see the first 5 rows of my data set. Or you can change this, you can display from 10 to, let's say, 20, for example. And this will be showing the rows from 10 to 20. Or you can display a specific column, for example. Suppose you want the first column, or you want the second column, then you can choose the second argument shows the column number, so you can display, for example, the second column. So you can access by the index, as you can see here. Alternatively, you can use this $sign to access the specific variables such as the weight, and this will display us the weight of these cheeks as given in this data set. So usually we will be working and doing some examples from different data sets. Another example data set, we can again upload. This one is about the earthquakes. You can run it and you will see some again variables in this example data set, such as the magnitude, depth of the earthquakes are given. You can again use the name of this data and then access by the index. For example, the first 5 rows can be displayed like this. Or you can also use the $sign to see, let's say, the magnitude of these earthquakes that's given in this variable MAG. So you can experiment with these and consider uploading different data sets. We can make some plot. For example, we can use this earthquakes data that we have, and we use the $sign to access the longitude, let's say, and then we access again the $sign to access the y variable for this plot. So this is the longitude and latitude variables, and in a plot it is of course better if we put some x label. So the x label, we can say longitude, and for the y variable we can use another name here, latitude. Okay, so if you run this, for example, here, this gives us the plot, and on the x and y axes as we defined here, we have the longitude and latitude information. of these earthquakes that are collected in this example data set. So we can also construct some statistics about data. So we can, let's say, first do a simple data set by creating a vector. So suppose I have a vector, and this is a data that, let's say, we construct on our own. I'm just using some arbitrary values. There is no special meaning for these numbers. So we just choose some more values, let's say 3 and 4, whatever. So this is this is our x. This is the x that we have, and we have 8 elements in this x. So in statistics, it is very common, of course, to calculate the mean, right, arithmetic mean of a given data set. So you can call this as, let's say, x bar, and you can display the mean, that is basically the arithmetic average of this sample, and we can calculate that easily using the mean function here. Again, in R we have many different statistical functions that can be used. Another one is, let's say, the median. So that is used here, the median function for x. You can assign another variable. As you see, this is the median of this data set. We also have other functions such as the mode. So for example, let's make this a bit, just a little bit update here. We can calculate the mode of this x as well. So you can see if I run this. Now, the most frequently repeated value here will be equal to 2. So that will be the mode of this sample. Well, for the mode, this will be not possible because it is numeric actually. So for the frequencies, actually, we will be, for the numeric type of data set here, we can do the table. We can use the table function. So it will display us the frequencies. So we can use this x. And then we can check what does this function give us. So in this one, as you see, we have these distinct values that are available in this data set, and it produces us a frequency table. So we can put a note here that gives us a frequency table. Okay, sorry. So there are also many other functions that you might think about, such as taking a minimum or maximum or the range of the data set. So these are also available. For example, the minimum of x, or you can calculate the maximum of x, or you can calculate the range of x. So these are again some alternative and useful functions that we also use a lot in statistics, especially when you try to create a descriptive statistics of your data. The range of x, for example, here is given. The minimum is 2, the maximum is 4.4, so that gives us the range of x values here. And finally, let's do a few more examples, and we will stop this video, and we will have more videos on statistics actually. So if we want to calculate, let's say, the mean of just one variable in our weight data set. So if I want to work with the weight, then I can access the column, the weight column, using the $, and I can take the mean. or for example, I can also calculate the median. Okay, so we can run these operations for each column in a given data set, so that will be also possible. And you can extend this with other like statistics functions, of course, or you can use the minimum, for example. So you can do the maximum, and also you can try with the range. So let me just change this. So these are just alternative built-in functions we can apply with this data. The range we can see, the minimum and the maximum values. So that's all for this video, and in the next video we will continue with more statistical applications. Thank you for watching.